Hi viewers, I said I'd do a video on the silver coins that I got in my golden envelope with my gold, and here they are. They are two Canadian maples 2025 with King Chuck on the obverse. Now what I wanted to cover in this video is why I chose these and not Britannias. And I think a lot of you will know the answer to that question. Now, these did come to me in these capsules, so I'm not sure whether my friend had got them in the States for me or whether they came like that from the dealer. I've got a feeling they come from the dealer like that in these capsules. I think it was Liberty Coins and Bullion, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, I think you all know the answer. And it isn't because the King Chuck design is better. It's the quality. You know, I know many of you know that in 2018, after many years of demand, the RCM, Royal Canadian Mint, introduced Mint Shield to stop the horrendous milk spotting that was world renowned. And now I've got those obviously 2025s that I just bought. I've also got others that I bought. This was, what year is this? 2023. Oh, so this was like the yeah, the memorial one, was it? I don't know. It wasn't, was it? Yeah. But anyway, absolutely, you know, pristine condition. And then these with King Charles on, I'm guessing were 2024s, were they? Oh yeah, there we are, 2024s. Absolutely flawless from 2023, 2024, 2025. Nothing wrong with those at all. But some of the Britannias, which I could have got Britannias. I think the premium on them was a little bit more than the maples. But I'm going to go over and show you, you know, the issues that the Britannias have. And we'll do a comparison with, you know, vintage bullion, like from the 70s. You know, these were struck as a bullion device, as you all know, not as a coin, whereas kind of the more modern ones are more struck as a coin, but still a bullion device. So the quality of the strike is probably going to be better. And obviously many of you love and know the Libertads. If I can pick the damn thing up, shouldn't have left it in that capsule. From the this one is from 1985. Absolutely love these old school Libertads. You know, just the rawness of the strike. You know, it is what I call a bullion coin or a bullion device. And even this eagle from, when was this eagle from? Let's have a look. 92, from 1992, and still looking absolutely stunning. How many years old is that? I'm not going to try and do the maths on that, but it's, you know, I don't know, there have been some issues with newer eagles, I think, and obviously many of you will agree with that, but nothing like the old maples used to get. But it isn't just the milk spotting with the Britannias. There's lots of quality issues, and let's start with this one here. And I'm hoping that I've picked a nice light day where you can see right on in front of Chuck's nose the staining, and on his cheek. Hopefully I can get that in the right light to show up horrible staining. Now I don't think there's any issue on the reverse of that one, but a lot of them do have like imperfections, scuffs and marks. This one here is particularly hideous. Let's have a look at this one. You know, this one looks like it's been through the through the junk bin, but that is how it came out of the tube. Yeah, just a horrible finish on some of them. And this one, I think I can see a little bit of staining just down here, whether I can get it to show up in the light. There's a bit of staining occurring there already. And what was up with this one? Let's have a look. I should have taken them out of the capsule, shouldn't I? Well, I kind of did. But yeah, you can just see a little bit of staining happening by the S there already. And this is only a 2023. I can't remember what else was. Oh, I remember what else was going on with this one. You know, the security feature there. You can see that is already got staining on it. It just, hopefully this shows up in the lights. If I get the light on it, you can't see it. But then if I move it around, it's like a brown stain kind of creeping down to there. So, and obviously some of them have had milk on them as well. Even the Robin Hood. I don't recall that being great. The finish of the strike, in comparison to the maples, it's I would just say it's just pretty poor, really, pretty poor. Yeah, I can't see anything massively obvious on this, but I'm sure if I put that one on. Sorry about the technical glitch there. The memory card was full. Now, as I was saying, yeah, even this Robin Hood has strike issues. There's lots of imperfections when you look up close to them, although I don't think I recall seeing milk spots on this particular one, but I'm sure it will develop them over time, and they really need to be taking a leaf out of RCM's book and addressing the milky, stainy mess that a lot of these are turning into. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I went to my LCS and he had a tube of King Charles Royal ciphers, and I just thumbed through the first half a dozen and every one of them was a hideous mess. But anyway, so let's take a look at you know, one of the original Royal Mint Britannias, the 2007, which were struck in Britannia silver. And obviously this is how many years old is this now? Quite old, but still in absolutely beautiful condition, as you can see there. I'm not going to take this one out of the capsule. There is a very slight bit of toning going on around the rim, but I would certainly rather have toning than staining or milk spotting. But yeah, back when Britannias were made out of Britannia silver. But yeah, so I'm really not, I know some of you in the UK will be saying, oh, you've got to get Britannias because they're capital gains tax free. But then if they end up a milky mess and stained, and nobody wants to buy them from you, or they only want to pay you spot or under spot, then maybe you're better off getting pristine maples. They still have the king on if you're like me and wanting to pick up as many King Charles coins as I can while he's still a reigning monarch. And the last point I wanted to mention, that, you know, some of the silver from these private mints far outshines the stuff that the Royal Mint are churning out bullion wise. You know, this is a bullion device, the same as the Britannia, but you know, the quality, 4 years old, way better. And like this with the Maltese Golden Eagle, is this 2023? Yes, I believe it is the Golden Eagle. What a beautiful design, very intricate, no staining, no milk spotting. I'm not saying, you know, they're all that good, but you know, there are some quality coins coming out of the smaller mints in comparison to the Royal Mint. So CCT is not impressed with the Royal Mint, and I'd rather have maples in my stack, really, looking at the quality of those. Anyway, as always, do let me know your thoughts and experiences down in the comments, and whatever it is you stack, keep calm and keep stacking, and I'll see you on the next one with coins from my LCS. Bye.